Let me tell you when I met my husband. See, I was flipping through the dating apps, swiping, and there were lots of options available, but there were some weird people there. So there was a guy with a mustache. It looked like an animal was hanging for dear life. And then there was a man on there, full grown, but I know I can smell his mother's basement and some hot pockets and unfulfilled potentials. So I was swiping and I seen a picture of a truck. Not a guy in a truck, not a guy on the side of a truck, just a truck. And I'm like, did it sign up for this? And is it emotionally available? Because if I had to pick out of those three, I would go for the truck. At least it had drive. Now, I seen a photo of a god. His name was Tony. He was like a park ranger mixed with a lumberjack mixed with a Greek god. He was gorgeous, yeah. See, he said he likes fishing, hiking, and spending and living off the land. And he's looking for his nature queen. Well, I could tell you I am definitely a queen, but I'm not in tune with nature. So, love is about compromise, right? So I lied. I said, I can cook, but really, when I boil water, the fire alarm always go off. I said I can knit, but really, every time there's that ball of yarn, I find some unique way to get myself tangled in it. And I said, I love the outdoors, but really, the most time I spent outdoors was outside on the patio at a coffee shop. But Tony bought it, and he responded to me. and when he did respond to me, we were talking and chatting, seeing those little heart emojis, all that cute lovey-dovey stuff. We was going on and on. And he said, how about we do our first date? I'm like, yeah, this is going good. And he said, how about hiking? And I'm like, I'm like, yes, because, it's all about compromise, right? So I went to Google, and I said, Google, how about hiking on a first date? What to expect? Google responded to me, I kid you not. Google responded and said, you will be extra tired. It's not recommended to go hiking on a first date. You need to be in a well-lit area where people's around. Kid you not, Google it. Google told me that, but I didn't care about Google because it's all about compromise. So me and Tony went on our first date, and we were hiking, and it was all nice and wonderful. And then there was some crazy looking creature got right in our path. A raccoon mixed with squirrel mixed with maybe a wolf, I don't know. But it was right there. And Tony, he said, shoo. That crazy raccoon wolf squirrel said, and it went straight and lashed his fangs right on Tony's leg. But it's okay because I had a first aid kit, and I took it out my pocket, and then I wrapped up Tony's leg, and that crazy squirrel raccoon ran away. Okay? We spent our first romantic date in the emergency room. It's all good. I was worried a little bit because first date, raccoon, squirrel, wolf bite. Beside the rabies shot, Tony wanted to go on another date with me. I'm like, oh yeah, this is getting good. He got some feelings for me. So he said, how about we go axe throwing? Yes, but no. Love is all about compromise, right? But the last time I had something sharp, I almost cut my finger off. Sure did. Now, we went to an axe park that was nature, trees. And I like, okay, this is nice, pretty. And Tony's got that axe, and he got it out that stump. He gave me a little sexy wink, and he got it. He threw that axe, and it landed straight in the bullseye. He was good, yeah. Here I go. I like, okay, it's good. I got that axe. I took a deep breath. I threw it behind my back, and I threw it, and it spinned in the air. Flip, 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 right in the center of a tree. The wrong tree. And that tree split straight in half, and one side fell on one end, and the other tree shattered in a million pieces, and one of those shards went straight in Tony's leg, the same leg that those crazy squirrel, raccoon, wolf bit him on. Another day at the emergency room. Another romantic trip, yeah. Happened. Beside the stitches, Tony said, I think I'm gonna take a break from you right now. But he called me back in 2 days. Yes, he did. And he said, how about we just go fishing? I'm like, easy, how hard can that be, right? We're just fishing. I just throw a line in and we go fishing. Yeah, here go my fish whisperer, Tony. He goes up there and he throws that line in. He reels it in. And he caught a 30-pound bass. I said, oh yeah, he's doing good. This is the man I want anyway. He could bring the food home, yeah. Here I go. Like, how hard can it be? He did it, I can do it too. I get that fishing rod and I throw it, but I didn't see it didn't hit the water. I pulled it, didn't hit the water. I pulled it again. Tony's pants flew clean off his body. The darn hook was stuck on Tony's pants, and he was naked. But it's all good. I'm screaming. The pants hanging in the air. The hook got caught on my arm. I started bleeding on my arm. Some kind of way it got stuck in my hair, and then me and Tony got stuck, and we were like this. Well, Tony said, Siri, dial 911. Paramedics had to come get us out. Fire department rescued us, and we had another romantic trip to the emergency room. By this time, the nurses was putting bets on how long Tony would survive with me. Tony looked at me and said, I got something to tell you. I said, what is it? He said, I lied. I don't like nature. I get seasick and I can't even make a campfire. I said, you lied? You lied to me? I said, well, I lied too. I said, I'm scared of butterflies. I'm scared of trees. And you know what? I can't even cook. So we found true love based on honesty, survival, and a lot of taking the shots. And that's how I met my husband. Thank you.